Okay. Uh, this video is a shout out to another content creator, and I think you're one of my subs too. New Manchester, and just want to give you a shout out and tell you I've looked at some of your videos, and I agree with a lot of your viewpoints. I think we're definitely on the same page when it comes to modern American society and how awful it is. And so I'm just outside right now. I'm from Georgia originally, but I've been living in West Tennessee since almost a year. May the 9th would make it about a year. I'm actually on my late grandparents' property. It's a long story about how I ended up here. But let's just say a treacherous member of my family was involved. I'll just leave it at that. It's pretty. I'm probably about, I'm within an hour of the Mississippi border. But it's a pretty day. I have never, well, actually, I was in, okay, I was in Dallas Fort Worth for a total of probably an hour. We were on a flight to Hawaii, and there was a layover like in the middle between Honolulu and where we were originally, which I think was Atlanta, and then they just let people out who were going on the way to Dallas. So I was at the airport for an hour, and I don't think that was a long enough time for me to gauge the culture and the local flavor. But I've got one cousin who lives in Houston with his wife, and they have, from what I understand, they have 2 young children. And his sister lives on the border of Kansas and Missouri, which is not an area I don't like all that much. And I'm on good terms with her. We talk every now and then. Maybe he's a little different. But Texas is definitely not a state I think I definitely wouldn't fit in. I don't fit in the Southeast at all. It's as you can see, it's beautiful. The South is very picturesque. If you go in southern India, there's mountains, there's rivers, lakes, and streams, and we've got very mild winters. But the culture, I've never fit in down here. I don't know what it is. I hate to get into stereotypes, but people are very hung up on church and motorsports. It's kind of like you have to fit into one of these little boxes, or you're just going to be on the outside. And Southerners are really this whole thing about Southern friendliness is I think it's kind of misunderstood in my opinion. What people mistake, people have friendliness confused with inclusion. Just because, I mean, this whole thing with Southern hospitality, as it's called, it is real. It does exist. It is practiced, mostly outside metro areas, but it's more like welcoming in a public sphere. It's making a good first impression, but it doesn't mean these are going to be your friends. I don't really, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you've heard that adage about if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And that's pretty much Southerners in a nutshell. They are the ones who got that started. But I found they're very difficult people to know where you stand with. I mean, I've heard things about people in New York, or I mean, there's this idea they're always very rude, aggressive, brusque, you know, which might not be something easy to get used to, but it sounds to me like you kind of know where you stand with them. I don't know. I think I'd prefer, as far as regionally speaking, I think I'd prefer a happy medium somewhere between those two. I don't know about people in the Midwest. I don't know. Are they? I don't know. I haven't spent much time in the Midwest, almost none. I was in Bronson, Missouri a couple years ago for a social event. I don't like Missouri, but the town we went to is kind of touristy, and it had an okay vibe. We had fun there. But I have been to 3 countries. That's cool that you travel a lot and you go on cruises every year. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to do something like that. If I had that kind of money, I probably would. You can see my dogs are out here just chasing around. Well, yeah, we got a little cat right there. So I got 2 cats and 2 dogs. So that's another thing. If you're like me and you have no social life, getting a dog is one thing you can do. But anyway, I've been to 3 countries in Europe, Belgium, Germany, and the United Kingdom. And it was back in the 90s, so haven't done anything recently. The first impression I got is in Europe. Europe is so much more walkable. Of course, we were in major cities at the time, and you can talk to people a lot easier. You don't really have to feel like I didn't see, you know, I mean, there was a mix of different people, tourists, locals and all that, but you can't just go up, yes, you just can't go up to people and try to talk to them. They're in America, they're all in their little bubble, and shutting out outsiders. Europe was so, yeah, and it's so easy to get around. You can take the train somewhere. You could take, like they had public transportation. It's very walkable. It's so much more, it's a lot more emotionally stirring to be in Europe. You feel like you're alive in some way. You don't feel that way in America at all. There's just something that just saps the energy out of you in America. I don't know what it is. It's, I don't know. But I understand you're single, right? I bet in some of your foreign travels, I bet you might find a nice lady one day. I think this culture is a little big thing to blame about why you hadn't met anybody. I am in my late 40s and married, but I do wish I had a social life. I haven't had any real friends in years. I mean, probably for the reasons you talk about, and also Winston Wu. I still follow every time he drops a video. I follow him too. He doesn't make videos that much now, but the ones he does have are in his library are really good. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually totally, I think this whole thing, the passport bro movement, I totally am support of that. I think those guys are on to something. I mean, there really isn't, there is not, I remember one time, I don't know if Winston made a video about this, or it was a post on his website where he said there really is no dating scene in America once you get out of school, and that is the truth. You're pretty much, only people that avoid that are people that marry their high school or college sweetheart manage to avoid that, because there's only a quote dating scene in America if you're in major metro areas. I remember a long time ago, back when I was single, I looked up these, one trend that was going on, it was big at the time, was this thing called speed dating. And there would be speed dating events. You had to get on a mailing list and see where the closest major city, or hopefully you're in it, was nearby, and find out when they were having these events. And I only went to one a long time ago. Not that good a turnout, but But yeah, that's like I said, you can't, you have to be in a big city to be exposed to opportunities like that, because they're just not. Yeah, there's this kind of assumption everybody in everybody in suburban areas and small towns is already married and they've already got kids, and they don't have time for anything beyond their families or their little clique of friends that they've known since grade school. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So you got a good channel, you got a lot of great info on there, very true, keep it up. And if you want to respond to this video, that'd be cool too. So okay, I am going to close this and hope you have a great day, and I am out.